To work in Read Live, each student must be assigned a license and a lead teacher. The steps for licensing students depend on whether your account has one school or multiple schools. If an account has multiple schools, the account administrator may reserve licenses for schools in the account. This step is optional. The second step is to assign licenses and lead teachers to students. Staff members with a Read Live role of account administrator, school coordinator, or teacher can complete this task. Let's look at two examples. Angela is an account administrator for a Read Live account with multiple schools. Ed is the account administrator for an account with only one school. Angela's ready to reserve licenses for each school in her account. Reserving licenses makes sense for accounts like Angela's that have multiple schools. Reserving licenses prevents one school from assigning all the licenses to their students, leaving none for other schools. To begin, Angela logs in. From her home page, she clicks Account and School Administration. Reserving licenses may be done when adding a new school or by editing an existing school. Angela clicks an existing school. By default, staff members can assign any licenses available in the account on a first-come, first-served basis. This is convenient for accounts like Ed's, where there's just one school. Single-school accounts don't have to reserve licenses before setting up students. Because her account has multiple schools, Angela instead chooses to reserve a specific number of licenses for her schools. She reserves 30 licenses for Broadway School. This allows staff members to assign up to 30 licenses to Broadway students, but no more. Even when some Broadway licenses remain unassigned, those licenses can't be used for students at other schools because the licenses are held in reserve for Broadway. Angela repeats this process to reserve licenses for each school in her account. She may change the number of reserved licenses for a school or set a school's licensing back to the default at any time. Because Ed's account has only one school, his setup is easier. He can skip reserving licenses. Both accounts are ready for the account administrator or another staff member to assign licenses and lead teachers to students. Let's watch Angela as she does this. Angela gets to the Student Setup page by first clicking Student Administration and then clicking Student Setup. She clicks a student's last name, verifies that a license is available, and then sets License this student to Yes. Next, Angela selects a lead teacher for the student. In Read Naturally Live, a student's lead teacher makes educational decisions for the student. The lead teacher is responsible for placing the student, changing the student's level, goal, or story options, and accessing the student's reports. In addition to the assigned lead teacher, account administrators and school coordinators can do any of these things for any student, even if they're not the student's lead teacher. All licensed students have access to the Read Naturally Live Fluency Intervention. Angela can check any of these boxes to give the student access to other Read Live programs, or the student's teacher can decide on this later. Angela saves her changes. Notice that the student is now licensed. Teachers can only assign a license and lead teacher to one student at a time. But account administrators and school coordinators can assign licenses and lead teachers to multiple students at once. To do this, Angela goes to the Student Administration page and then clicks Student Licensing. She selects a school and selects students who will share the same lead teacher. Then she clicks Assign Licenses to Selected. Angela chooses a lead teacher for the selected students and clicks OK. Now those students are licensed. We've just seen an account administrator from a multi-school account reserve licenses by school before assigning them to students. We've also learned two ways to assign licenses and lead teachers to students: one student at a time or multiple students at once. Once licenses and lead teachers are assigned, lead teachers can begin working with their students.